Before I set off, I only went and broke my bloody tripod. You can just sit there while I order. Double quarter pounder with cheese, large fries, sweet and sour sauce. Then what am I going to get for myself? I don't know what specials they've got. I don't think they do the big tasty anymore. I think I will do a double cheeseburger. I'm going to hit the curb. Oh god, the anxiety that I get before ordering at a drive-thru. I'm literally like going over it in my head again and again and again. Okay, here we go.
Hello, can I take your order?
Hello, please can I have a double quarter pounder with cheese meal?
No problem, have a nice day.
Thanks, you too. I need to get a grip. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh my god, okay, the lighting here is not the best, is it? Also, I'm parked out of somebody's house and I feel like I look like a bit of a creep. Might just move along a little bit. We will do that. Also, I've been driving around literally for the past 20 minutes trying to find somewhere to park and like pull over. Find somewhere to park and pull over where there's not like a load of people watching me. Well, the sun is still shining, but I guess I can't really do much about that. I've tried to pick a spot that's a bit more in the shade. Also, I am bloody boiling. Let me move my seat back. Yeah, we're really not off to a good start. And I got my order wrong. Yeah, those chips are literally stone cold. So I was supposed to get, James didn't want a meal. I was getting him some food, which I'm obviously going to bring back and is going to be stone cold. He didn't want a meal. He didn't want a drink. I accidentally got him a drink. And then I meant to order myself a Coke Zero, accidentally got 2 Cokes instead of 1 Coke Zero. Also, I was going to get a double cheeseburger and somehow I've ended up with a quarter pounder meal, so honestly a bit of a fail. If anyone looks out their window right now, like I'm parked down some random road, I don't even know where I am. I've literally just been driving around trying to find a good road to park up. Anyway, hi, welcome back to my channel. So I haven't done one of these videos in a while. I really just wanted to do like a car chats, chilled video where I go to the McDonald's drive-thru. I did one of these videos about a year ago. I don't know what it is about videos in the car. I just feel like they feel super chilled, super personal because it's just me in my car, eating a McDonald's. It just feels cozy. I really like watching them. I love watching people go to drive-thrus and get food and sit in their car. Don't know why. If anyone else is the same, please let me know. What did I get in the end? Mozzarella dippers, some fries, a quarter pounder, some chicken selects. I didn't mean to get 5. Don't know why I ordered 5. It's a beautiful day today. I'm actually boiling. I had to take my jacket off. So, a couple hours ago, I asked you guys for some questions on my Instagram, and I'm just gonna go through them. I feel like I'm being watched. The first question is, how's your anxiety been recently? It's actually been pretty good. My mental health recently has definitely been a lot better than it was like a couple months back. Around sort of Christmas time, my mental health was really bad, and like I wasn't feeling great, and I was feeling really low, and I was feeling really anxious, and it just felt like, well, I think a lot of people can relate, like around that sort of time. It was pretty horrible, and it's been pretty awful, but I feel like now I'm feeling a lot happier. I'm really looking forward to being able to see people outside again, and also that the weather is getting brighter. I feel like in the summer, generally, I'm a lot less anxious than the winter because I really don't like the dark. By the way, I'm really sorry if you hate like seeing people eat and talk at the same time. I'm gonna do that in this video, so if you have a thing with that, feel free to not watch this. Get these pickles out of my burger immediately. Disgusting. You know what else I hate? Mustard. So I try and scrape some of the mustard out. I know you can ask for it like without it, but then I feel like you have to wait for ages. Next question is, what is the height difference between you and James? I'm 5'2", he's 6 foot. So we have like a pretty big height difference. Not the biggest, so yeah, a little bit of a height difference, but we don't really find it causes any issues. There's someone coming. Next question is, would you ever start your own Twitch / what are your favourite games? Maybe one day, not at the moment because I don't know how Twitch works and like I don't really know how to set everything up. I mean, I'm sure that James could help me. I'm just gonna move down a bit.
A few moments later.
Oh, this is much better lighting anyway. I'm just trying to take some thumbnails. Yeah, I think if I was gonna start Twitch, it would probably just be so that I can play some games with some of my other friends that also stream, like Sophie Louise and Steph and Roxy and obviously James. The thing is, I do really enjoy games, but my favourite games are Call of Duty. I love Mario Kart. I love Among Us. I love Minecraft. I'm not very good at gaming. I just enjoy gaming. Oh no, this car's coming in here. Someone else said, can you talk more about your uni experience? I have mentioned this on my channel before, but it was quite a while ago, so to be fair, I guess like if you're new, you probably would have no idea. Just a little bit of a backstory. I never really wanted to go to uni. Like all throughout sixth form, all of my friends were really excited to go, and I was still like, I don't really want to go to uni, but it's the thing that like everyone at my school kind of did. They didn't really encourage anyone to do anything else other than go to university. So because I kind of been brought up like that, I was like, yeah, well, I guess I should probably go. You know, that's what I should do to get a good job and all that kind of stuff, which is really ironic. But then when it came down to it, I did interviews for I think 5 or 6 different universities. My poor parents took me to like interviews all over the country, and I applied to do either graphic design or illustration, those kind of courses. It depended on the uni. Some of them were like graphics and illustration, some of them were just graphic design, but yeah, I'd always like wanted to do something creative and artistic. So I had interviews at different universities. I think I got into Bath Spa, Norwich. I had an interview at Loughborough, but I didn't get in. Where else did I interview? Brighton. Did I get into Brighton? I can't actually remember. And after all of that, I decided that I wanted to not move out to go to uni, and that I would go to a local uni to do graphic design and still live at home. So that's what I did for a year. I'd actually already done an art foundation course, so I did 1 year of art foundation, my first year of my graphic design degree, and then halfway during that year I got offered a job to work with Makeup Revolution, to work on their like social media pages. Oh no, people have just pulled up in the house next to me. At this point I think I had around like just under 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I was really struggling to like continue YouTube, which by that point was kind of like a full-time job, and also do my uni degree. And I would have a lot of nights where I was up till about 4 in the morning, like trying to finish my uni work or trying to finish a video or something. And I had quite a few sort of breaking points that year. And then when Revolution offered me this job to work for their social media team, or like the vlogger team or whatever we were called, it was myself, Kami and Tammy, who I still absolutely love and adore, and yeah, it was the 3 of us. And it was definitely a decision that I thought really hard about, but I did end up deciding to drop out of uni. And I did have intentions of continuing my degree from home and doing like online learning, but yeah, my YouTube stuff just kept getting busier and busier, and I never signed up for it. I kind of thought like, oh, I'll just sign back up again when I need my degree, or like when I have a bit more time on my hands, when my YouTube channel dies down a bit, but that never really happened, and I just continued doing YouTube. So yeah, I never finished my degree. I don't want to put anyone off university, because I do think it's a great thing for some subjects that obviously you need it. Like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, then you have to go to university. But I think in a lot of creative fields, you don't necessarily have to go to uni in order to do a particular job, especially if you want to like start your own business or something. You don't necessarily need a degree for that. But then yeah, I had nothing to show for it, and £12,000 of student loan debt. And I didn't really learn anything in that first year. So yeah, I think my uni experience was definitely quite different to a lot of people's. Because a lot of people want to go like for the lifestyle as well, and to like go out clubbing and stuff all the time, but that wasn't really me. Someone's just said, how's life in general? How's Pinky? Life's pretty good at the moment. Pinky's doing good. A few weeks back now, we started doing some training sessions with her, with like a one-to-one trainer, and she's coming on really well. Mostly to focus on her recall, so like her coming back to us, and also her prey drive, because she chases every bird. If she sees a bird, she will go and chase that bird and not come back at all when you call her. So we're really trying to work on that, and she's actually doing really well. She's only had 2 sessions so far, but we're going to continue them. But she's been doing amazing. Are there any upcoming collabs? I can confirm there might be something on the way. What's the best and worst thing about living with James? Can you actually believe we've nearly been living together a year? Like in 2 weeks time, it will have been 11 months that we've been living together, because we moved in together back in May. Best thing is that it's a lot of fun. Like it's just fun to have him around and to have someone else to be weird with and watch movies with, play games with, play cards with, cook with, all of that stuff. Just like generally just like spending time together. We really enjoy each other's company. Worst thing about living with James, I don't know. I had to build like a little shelter. I put my McDonald's bag behind my camera because my camera overheated because it was like in the sun. Oh no. Ugh. Well, that was also super embarrassing. Yeah, the people that literally like live in the house that I'd pulled up next to got home and just reversed into their drive and were just staring at me like, why is this girl sitting in her car talking to a camera? I wish I could move my steering wheel out of the way. For the 3rd time this question, we do bicker over like small things, obviously, which I think most couples do that live together. Probably that he encourages me to get takeaways more than I would if I was living by myself, because we do love a cheeky takeaway, but James more than me, and a lot of it, well, I mean, I'm very easily convinced. He'll be like, should we get a takeaway? And I'm like, go on then. I love how recently I've been like, I really need to be more healthy, and then here I am like going and getting a McDonald's. If you weren't an influencer, what would you be doing? If I'd have never have been a YouTuber, I probably would have either been a makeup artist or a graphic designer. My dream job at the time was to be a graphic designer that worked for a makeup brand. Like the people that design limited collections for MAC and stuff like that, I would have absolutely loved to do that. But I think now, like if this was to suddenly end, I'd probably try and get into property investment and be a landlord, or maybe I completely retrain and do something else. Be a makeup artist, I don't know. Oh, I've got another drink, haven't I? And I can't get it. Is moving house worrying / nervous? Yeah, it was a bit of a nerve-wracking process, only because there's so many stages in it, because like, you know, the sellers can pull out at any point, you can have trouble with the solicitors, with the estate agents, there's a lot of people that are kind of involved, and places where things can go wrong, like even waiting for all the checks to be done. I was kind of thinking like, oh, what if they find a problem with the house and then we have to pull out? So there's all sorts of things that you have to kind of like get past in the process of buying a house, and just like, you know, certain people that come and check if everything's okay, if there's any major problems with the walls or like cracks or the land, and there's a lot of stages where things can potentially go wrong, which was quite nerve-wracking. And I feel like for a lot of that time I was quite stressed out, and every time I got a new email I was like, oh, it's so overwhelming. Like there was a lot of information to read and a lot of things to learn. Oh, why is this man pulling up directly behind me? I'm gonna go. Honestly, the number of times that I've had to move position in this video is ridiculous. I can't even remember what question I was answering, to be honest. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I'll be 29. I would like to think that in the next 5 years that I will be married, maybe have one child. If you'd have asked me when I was like 17 where I thought I would be at the age of 25 or like 26, I'm 24 now, I probably would say like married with a child, or maybe even 2 kids. I used to think when I was younger that I would be married at like 22 and have all my kids before I'm like 26, 27, and then you actually get to those ages and you're like, okay, maybe not. Maybe me as a teenager was thinking a little bit ambitiously. But yeah, like I said, in an ideal world at the age of 29, I would love to have had a child and be married. But I don't know. Like, I can't imagine that right now. Like, I can't really imagine it. And because if you'd have asked me the same question 5 years ago now, where I think I'll be in 5 years, I probably would have said the same thing. Now that I am 24, I don't feel like I'm ready to have kids yet, by any means. And yeah, I don't know. I really don't know where I'll be in 5 years. Will I still be doing YouTube? Who knows? Will YouTube still be a thing? Will something else have taken over? Who knows? Someone has said, what made you fall for James? Honestly, there was quite a few things. One of the main things that I think made him stand out compared to other people for me is the fact that we both shared the exact same views on drugs, which I know is like quite a random thing, but I think it's quite an important thing in a relationship, like to have similar views on certain things, obviously not everything. But I've always been like the type of person that worries a lot about other people. Not that my friends are massive druggies, but growing up in sixth form and stuff, when there were certain people around me that started taking drugs and experimenting with certain type of things, I mean, like, they could do them, it's their life, but it was never something that interested me, and was always something that actually like really worried me and caused a lot of anxiety actually. But I think it was on mine and James's second date, like one of the things that we spoke about, he actually brought up with me saying like, oh, I personally don't do drugs, you know, other people can do what they want, like no offense if you do drugs occasionally or whatever, but I was like, no, like I don't, and I'm so glad that you think the same as me. I know that is so random, but I've heard too many stories that are too close to home about people like experimenting with taking a certain substance or whatever, and the first time they try it, it's like laced with something and they have no idea, and then they end up either dead, in hospital, paralyzed, having a stroke. And I think it is so sad that there are so many young people that think, oh, I'm just going to try this thing once, like they'll be at a festival and they'll take something, and there are people that have died from doing drugs like the first time they've ever done it, just to experiment, and that terrifies me. And another thing as well that I thought was like really lovely, and I thought that he just seemed like a genuinely like really nice person, is that he worked with disabled kids, and he still does actually, and I think it takes a certain type of person to do that. You have to be a very patient person, and he like spoke about how much he loved his job and loved doing that, which was really nice to see. So yeah, those were some of the things that made me fall for him. Any house updates? At the moment, not really. We haven't really done anything to the house in the past few months, just because no one's gonna be like coming over to see it. I put together a list of things the other day that I'm gonna like work my way through this week and buy, because they've been on the list of things to buy for months, and just like we hadn't got around to it because of, well, like I said, because nobody's really coming to visit, and they were just small things that we kind of thought they're not essentials, but one day we'll get round to doing them. For example, a rug for the living room we're gonna get, a mirror for the living room to go above the fireplace I'd really like to get, maybe a mirror to go in like the dining room as well. So yeah, a few more homely bits that we want to buy. I did paint the hallway the same colour as the living room, and I'm yet to paint like all the way up the stairs. That's going to be the next job. Oh, another thing about like the house updates, at some point I would like to get the garage of the house converted into a room. I think that would be really cool. If anybody has had a garage conversion, let me know if you think it's worth it. But then I don't actually know if that would be worth doing if we're not going to live here forever. So I was reading something about how how getting a garage conversion can sometimes reduce the value of your property, which I kind of thought it would add value because it adds an extra room. But then I guess some people do want a garage for their car and it's quite important. But yeah, I don't know. There's quite a lot of questions actually saying, would you ever consider getting another dog? We have definitely spoken about it, and I think I answered this as a question of the day in a previous video. At the moment, no, because Pinky is still getting settled and we wouldn't want to like throw her off of you know, her still settling down. We've only had her for 4 months. We've also spoken about in the future, if we were to get a second dog, we'd probably get one if we were to move somewhere else, only because I think if we were to get a second dog, we'd love to have a bigger garden, because our garden is quite small at the moment, and obviously it's fine for Pinks because she can go out there and have a sniff around and go to the toilet and stuff. I think if we were to get a second dog, we would probably only do it if we'd have moved somewhere else and had like a bit of a bigger garden where they could run around and play with each other. But no, we wouldn't rule out getting a second dog, but just not at the moment. Never say never. Why does that helicopter literally sound like it's on my head? They found me. Would you ever consider moving somewhere else, and where? So I guess I've kind of touched on that a bit in this video. We have been speaking recently. Okay, we're not going to move anytime soon. We'll probably be in the house that we're currently in for a good like few years, because we do absolutely love where we live. But I do think that in the future, if we're lucky enough and blessed enough, we would love to have 2 kids. And I think because currently I work from home, I really do need a like office room, and then obviously we need a bedroom. And at the moment our house has just got my office room, our master bedroom, and then it's got like another little box room. So then if on top of that we had 2 kids, we wouldn't have enough room. And also as well, we have spoken about maybe moving to areas that are slightly cheaper where you can get a bit more for your money. But currently no plans to move. Don't really know, like I say, who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years. I guess we'll just see what happens really. And again, also I might change my mind. We might decide that we do want to live here forever and just like get the garage converted, have an extra room, and be totally fine with that. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to answer one more question then go home, because it's 5:15. You know what, guys, I think I'm gonna drive home, properly read through all of these questions, and I will finish this off when I get back, because it's getting later and later. I'm sitting there trying to read them through, and I'm conscious that I've got some food from James and I need to finish off editing tonight's video. So I'm gonna drive home and I'll catch you when I'm back. Right, see you when I'm back. Someone excited to see me. Hey. Oh. Hello. I love her so much. You do make some funny noises, Pinks. Thank you. She always makes the funniest noises when she gets excited. There was actually one question that I saw that said not a question, but I can't believe how big Pinky's got. Oh yes, what's that? She has got pretty big. Are you a big girl now? Go on then, down you go. I'm just gonna scroll through the questions, see if there's anything I missed, and then we will end the video. Can we have a hint at what the new collab with the brand is, please? It's not clothing and it's not accessories. I think the final question that I'm going to answer is, what has this past year taught you? I think what this year has really taught me is that you've just got to do what makes you happy, and don't take your friends and family and the people that mean most to you for granted. Yeah, that's definitely what I've learned this year. I did know that before, but I think this year has just like solidified to me that friends and family are so important. And my battery just died, so I'm gonna leave this here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see any more of these type of like vlog style videos, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.